so many ways. So many ways that you can take a simple ice cream recipe and turn it into something fantastic. I have a really simple 2-ingredient recipe that you can find in the link below. I'd love to show you how to take that simple recipe and turn it into, well, whatever you can dream up. Are you ready? I'm Lisa. This is the Simply Healthy Kitchen, and let's go. Okay, so I have one batch of that really simple 2-ingredient ice cream ready to be mixed in and made to whatever your heart or my heart desires. So let me just give you a few, well, actually more than a few ways that you can make this simple ice cream something even better. Let's talk about regular chocolate chip. You mix in raw cacao or cocoa and some dark chocolate chips or milk chocolate chips if you want, and you have chocolate chip ice cream. Coconut ice cream, you could add some coconut flakes and a little bit of coconut extract, just a tiny bit. You'll need to experiment with how much you add. Always start small, you can always add more. You can't take it away after you've added it. Freeze-dried fruits like freeze-dried blueberries or raspberries, crumble those right in and you'll get a flavor burst. I mean, it's actually amazing ice cream when you do it that way. Sprinkles and gummies. Okay, all the kids are gonna want the sprinkles and the gummies, right? They love that bright color, and hey, it's just a lot of fun. You can mix maple syrup and nuts. You can make a butter pecan if you want, regular vanilla. You can make something like an almond with almonds and almond extract. You could make a dreamsicle with orange and a little bit of orange food coloring. You'd mix your red and your yellow and you'd come up with a dreamsicle ice cream that will hearken to your childhood days. I want to show you how to make one that's one of my friends' favorites, mint chocolate chip. Okay, to make a serving of mint chocolate chip ice cream, I'm going to take, this is 1/3 of a cup, and I'm going to take 1/3 of a cup of our ice cream. Our ice cream mix, and actually, I want to make a little more than that. I'm going to double it. I'm going to make 2/3 because I'm making this for a friend, and I think I might want to join my friend in this. And I'm going to add just a little bit of peppermint extract. So I'm going to use the lid of this, and if I were to measure it out, well, let me tell you, that's how I usually cook. I use the lid of things and so forth. But if I were to measure it out, it's going to be a little less than 1/4 of a teaspoon, probably more like 1/8. Just put that in there. I can always add more if it's not minty enough. But keep the lid on. I'm just going to incorporate that a little bit. And I do want to taste it because I want to know if that mint is minty enough. It's good. It's really good. Okay, now chocolate chips. You know how to do that. Just plop them right in there, right? And just one little drop of food coloring, just to give it a fun green color. You don't have to put this in there. You could even use a little spirulina if you want, which is it's a little sea something. I don't know, it comes from the sea. But it's green. It's algae, I believe. And it would give that green color. Can you see that? Looks like mint chocolate chip ice cream. Looks like a milkshake right now. So I'm gonna go ahead and pour that into this little container and freeze it right up. I'll top it with a few little chocolate chips. Top it with a few chocolate chips so we know, without a doubt, what's underneath there. Put it in the freezer, and in an hour you have mint chocolate chip ice cream. That's one. For our next custom ice cream flavor, it is going to be a coconut blueberry or blueberry coconut, whatever way you want to say it, ice cream. Here we go. Got 2/3 of a cup of our mix into the bowl. We're going to add about a tablespoon, let's make it 2 or so. I'm gonna mix that coconut right in. And freeze-dried blueberries. Freeze-dried fruit are your friends. I'm telling you, throw them right in, smush them up a little bit. You'll get some of that blue flavoring, blue coloring coming through. The flavor will be amazing. And if you haven't had them sitting out in the room like I have had these sitting out, you can actually crush them up into a nice little powder, like I'm going to do right now, out of the bag. That's why you keep the bag sealed up, because then you can just do that. And that's what we really want. Want that powdered blueberry to give that blueberry flavor all through your ice cream. Mix your blueberries right in. And you know where this is going? This is going into the cone. Don't worry about it setting up, because you can make everybody's individualized cone. You know how I did this? I took the waffle cone box, I cut little holes in the top so that your waffle cone will sit right in there and hold your individualized ice cream while you put it in the freezer. Take it out, everybody has their own cone ready to go. That's 2. Let's make a funfetti one for the kids. I have another 2/3 of a cup of our very simple 2-ingredient ice cream mix right in the bowl. I have some of those iconic sprinkles right in there. I never use sprinkles, but you know, kids love them. I don't have a spoon, I'll just use a stick. How about that? Nope, this works just fine. Swirl that around, there we go. Now, kids love gummies, right? Kids love to eat things on sticks, right? I mean, so why don't we just pour this right into a little cup? You could get a Dixie cup or one of these little baking cups. Pour that right into the cup. Maybe add a gummy bear surprise in there. And a few little sprinkles right on the top. And a stick right there. And put it in the freezer. Your kids are gonna love this. That's 3. For this one, we're going to make a Mocha Almond ice cream. So we're gonna take 2/3 of cup of our quick and simple ice cream mix right in the bowl. And we're going to go ahead and add, you can add some decaf coffee crystals or you can add some espresso coffee crystals, up to you. And I have about, this is about 3/4 of a teaspoon, and I just added about 2/3 of that. So this is about 1/2 teaspoon of coffee crystals. Stir that right in. Then, to make it the mocha, we're going to add a good rounded teaspoon of cocoa powder and mix that right in. And last but not least, our almonds. You could add toasted almonds or just regular slivered almonds. You could also add pecans, whatever nut, you know, you're really nuts about. That goes right into the cup and then into the freezer. That's number 4. Okay, I saved the best for last. This is number 5. It is a maple bacon ice cream. Yep, that's what I said. And the bacon comes from the coconut bacon that I made, and you can find the recipe right down here below in the link. You can also find the recipe for these very simple ice cream that has only 2 ingredients that I'm using down below as well. So I have about 1.5 cups of my ice cream mix in here, up to 2 cups. And I'm going to add just a little bit of actually vanilla extract. A 1/2 teaspoon of this. And I've heard that the alcohol will help anything in here from crystallizing. So if there's anything that we mix into our ice cream that might have any water content, the alcohol will help it from freezing and making those little crystal-y things that are in ice cream that we don't like. So mix that in a little bit. I'm going to now mix in, let's see, right now, about a teaspoon of maple syrup. Not very much at this point. You'll see why in a minute. Just so I can incorporate the flavor all the way through. All right, I'm going to go ahead and pour that right into whatever I want to put in the freezer to serve it out of. And now I'm going to watch this magic. Swirl on maple syrup and run my spoon around like that. Gets better. Coconut bacon right on top. It's really delicious, I promise. It's a little sweet, it's a little salty, it's a little creamy, or a lot creamy. It's a little mapley. It's amazing. And when you take this out of the freezer, you will have a scoopable ice cream. Or you can just take the whole thing and eat it for yourself. That's 5. Well, I was eating my strawberry ice cream and thinking about all the many ways that you could take one simple recipe that has 2 ingredients and turn it into 9 different or even 100 different flavors. You know, if you come up with your own concoction to take this simple recipe to the next level, I'd love for you to comment below and let me know what you do. If you got value out of the time we spent together today making this really simple and really delicious ice cream, I'd love for you to subscribe to my channel and hit the notification bell, and you'll be notified every time I come up with something simple, pretty healthy, very tasty, right here in the Simply Healthy Kitchen. I'll see you next time.